So did you know that vegetarians also contribute to the mass killing and exploitation of animals? Because I know I didn't know that. That's what this video is going to be about, just telling you why being vegetarian is not enough. Hey everyone, so if you're a vegetarian or if you're non-vegan still consuming dairy, then there's something that you should know, is that 95,000 bobby calves are killed on farms every single year in the UK just because they're male and they're not profitable to the business, so essentially the dairy industry. And this number is actually generated by the industries, like no one knows the exact number, so these numbers could be, this number in particular can be flawed and we might not be given the correct information, but we know that at least 95,000 bobby calves are being killed on farms across the UK. The US isn't much different, it's actually worse. I think some things that vegetarians or non-vegans might not know about is that the dairy cows in the dairy industry are all sent off to slaughter eventually. They are killed for their meat, for beef. And I think many people don't know that, but in the US, 29 million dairy cows are killed each year. And most of these dairy cows are classed as downed, and that just means that they fell ill or they got an injury just from those filthy conditions that they're raised in. There's excretions and fluids and all that disgusting stuff on the floor, and the cows are essentially living on those grounds, and they're not cleaned because, you know, that would be more expenses to the farmer. And if a cow is classed as downed, then they will be sent off to slaughter as well. And also their lifespans are like 20 years normally, but they get cut short to about 4 to 5 years, because that's when they're sent off to slaughter for their meat. Because their bodies just can't take it. Like the mother cows, they can't carry 10 times more milk because that's what they're genetically modified to do, to produce 10 times more milk. And the mother just gets exhausted and might fall ill as a result of that. So if you are non-vegan or vegetarian and you still consume eggs, then there's probably something that you should know as well, is that the egg industry also involves mass animal exploitation and killing. Not many people think about that. Once the chicks are hatched, then the males and females, they both get separated, and the males are chucked into a thing called a macerator, which is essentially a blender. And farmers can use other methods such as gassing them or suffocating them, but it doesn't really matter how they do it. It's the fact that the males are being killed just because of their gender. So all the male chicks are deemed as useless to the industry, and they're deemed useless because they obviously can't produce any eggs, and if they can't produce any eggs then they are useless and they won't grow as quick as they want them to grow for chicken, for meat, so they'll just be killed. In the UK, 30 to 40 million male chicks are culled annually, every single year. So that is a crazy number. And also in the US, it's 4 to 6 billion. Just imagine that, like 4 to 6 billion. That's like the whole world's population almost. That's crazy. Being vegetarian, you still support the meat industry, not only the dairy and egg industry, but also the meat industry. You're not really helping fight climate change, and that's something that's really important, especially for us now. There was an Oxford University study that concluded that 75% of our farmland can be reduced if we simply changed how we eat, so if we just went vegan. And that's actually the size of China, Europe, the US combined. So I think vegetarians should consider going vegan if they care about the planet too, because essentially there's an environmental cost to our food, you know. We never think of it like that because we just see the cow and we're taking something from it and we think, oh, circle of life and all this, but there is an environmental cost to our food. In addition, dairy ain't that great for your health either, and it's been linked to certain diseases, so type 2 diabetes, heart disease. It's also been linked to Alzheimer's disease, so you know there can be a longer consequence of consuming these products as well. By consuming these products, you increase your risk of certain cancers as well, so ovarian, prostate cancer, breast cancer. And also, eggs can't be classed as safe legally in America because they are not safe. They are filled with saturated fat and all the stuff that you don't want to be consuming. If you're a vegetarian or non-vegan, something that is important for you to know is that every time you pay for meat, dairy or eggs, you are essentially like voting with your money. You're voting to have those eggs, meat or dairy on the shelf. And some people don't know supply and demand, but if you demand it, then the companies will supply it. And if the companies keep on supplying these products, then there will be exploitation, killing of animals, anything. No matter humane, not humane, whatever the label, there is going to be suffering involved. So to wrap up this video, if you are still curious and you want to find out more, or you're just curious about the things that I mentioned in this video, I'll have all the facts and resources down below in the description box. And if you're interested in going vegan, check out Veganuary or challenge22.com. Both great resources helping you go vegan. And Challenge22 in particular, you get a free mentor, and yeah, I'll just have those linked down below so you can try them out. And also I have a previous video which I did on if you're thinking of going vegan in 2021 and what you should know, so I would link that above or below. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video.